Mike. I'm Jimmy Peoples. Woo, Jimmy Peoples. I woke up this morning, I said, you're Jimmy Peoples. That's some cool as shit. Yeah, you gotta tap yourself once in a while. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I am Sara Shapiro.
Yeah, you are.
And I've spent the past 5 years or so in working in the cannabis industry.
Yep.
And working specifically with women's groups.
Nice.
Since we're most of the decision makers in the families.
Ever.
And so there's a great community out there in the cannabis industry. You start going to events, you start seeing the same people over and over again. They become your friends. I have to say, the greatest people. Some of the greatest
The calmest people. They gotta be the calmest, right?
Very chill. Yeah, and the thing that I've learned is it's not about the money, it's about the wellness, the well-being.
Yes.
And, if you want to find some very entrepreneurial, like-minded people, go to a cannabis event.
That's the point.
Yes, there's a lot of activity, there's a lot of support out there, there's stuff happening in a lot of neighborhoods, aside from the licensing and all that. But there's been a lot of work going on before everything became legalized too, so.
All right, we're gonna get to all of that.
Okay.
Let me
So anyway, I'm actively involved in I'm actively involved in the cannabis industry.
I'm a boss, all right? Just so you know.
Yeah, and people know me. They know that Sarah always has the good stuff.
Yeah. You're not, but just so you know, introduce yourself. I'll get to that.
Oh, okay. What's up? I'm Shane Arthur. I have also dabbled in the cannabis industry as well. The last couple of cannabis events I went to were not in, they didn't have booths or anything. It was just like stairwells and street corners and whatnot. But officially, I'm a comic, and we're back. Yeah. This young brother, introduce yourself, bro.
Be surprised. I was going to say, you're not allowed to say the thing that you do. You're not allowed to say that you're good at it. You have it's like being a superhero. It's the superhero complex, right? You're not allowed to say, "Yeah, I'm a superhero." You got to let other people say, "Oh, she's the weed lady," right? But you got to put it out there, keep pushing it, and be like, "Oh no, Sarah's the weed lady." So you can't ever say it. You just gotta go.
I won't self-promote, but I help a lot.
Yeah. See, you can't help but do it. You can't.
I mean, if it's true, it's true. I mean, you can't lie about it. Help a lot of people. Help a lot of people.
Who's The Rock? The Rock is, is I think it's on the hardest worker in the room, right? But if you are, you're not allowed to say it. So it's like, but is there a level where you gotta say it?
When it's the truth. Yeah.
Just speak your truth.
When it's undeniable, you just have to be like, I mean, I am what I am, I am what I am.
Man, there's a bunch of reasons because the next show is geared to it's called Hey Cops Love Weed, or it's just the title, all right? But it's comedy. But it's every show that I do, because at the end of the month, I do an hour where I focus on for 1 hour. So the next one is Weed and Cops. But what I want to do with every show, like when I got into comedy, I wanted to make sure that when I did a show, it would be for a purpose, Like most people, you do a show, you do a special, you do anything, you say, hey, blah, 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 get your laughs. Nothing happens, There's no, what did you affect? How did you,
Jokes with purpose.
Yes, yes.
Well, it's important.
And this one is really exposed to everybody, There's a lot of people that can be helped, and there's a lot of people that...
And you'd be surprised at all the people who partake.
Absolutely.
And who pay for it, and who pay for all the stuff, and who don't want to show.
Anytime you say quality, you always got to dart the I. You
Yeah,
gotta-
well, the
not
thing
the
is,
bull-
you're not gonna
Not that project shit.
Yeah,
That dirt.
you're not gonna see regular, corporate people in the smoke shops or on the
Yes.
street corners.
Yes.
So there's a whole other way of doing things that
But you will see them out in the street. I remember, I think it's hilarious how many people I saw like smoking when it got legalized. Like,
Yeah,
like I was walking down like Fifth Avenue and some Wall Street bro was just
Yep.
with his briefcase and suit just smoking a joint. And I was like, oh, look at you.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird to see the new salesmen around. Like the guys who just go with the messengers now and run missions to deliver their weed now. They're
Yeah.
like clean cut skateboard kids, and I was like, man.
and listen, it's very well organized. There's menus. And,
Yeah.
I mean, no,
No, there are.
people
There
are
are,
very
absolutely.
particular.
This is professional.
Yeah,
There's shops opening up everywhere. They got the graffiti and
yeah. Yeah, but doctors, lawyers, district attorneys, everybody smokes.
Everybody.
Everybody.
I don't smoke. I do that. I like
Oh,
edibles.
edibles.
I like edibles and powder.
Oh, yeah, Powder's
I'm a
great.
fit guy. I'm a
Right.
fit guy. So I don't
Right.
like
But,
things that affect my lungs.
Right, and there are a lot of people who I deal with who can't smoke,
Yeah.
and you go to edibles.
Edibles.
Yeah, and at some of the high-end dispensaries, they have powder, so you just sprinkle it over anything.
Anything that just sprinkle on.
Right.
And that's my cheat day. Just sprinkle a little
Yeah.
bit of little dash of this.
it's gonna be Jimmy with the protein and
Yes,
the
yes.
powder.
I want
It's-
my own line
It's the
of
same effect.
post-workout.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, yeah, that'll be pretty.
the only thing I don't like is the consistency of the high that you know, it's like when you get past the guessing game, the milligram guessing game and the strain guessing game.
Well, if you're selling, well, I have a friend who makes edibles, and I sell her edibles because she labels everything,
You need
measures
that
it.
person.
Yeah. She
Yeah.
measures everything. I even know what to do if you think you're too high, and
I read about that.
yeah.
What is
What
your?
is that? Yeah, let's get into that. Let's,
so if you're
let's crack
like
that open.
freaking out and you think you're too high,
Can I say it and then you tell me? Wait, if I can I
Okay.
guess it?
yes,
Lemons.
no.
No, it's not lemons. God damn it.
No, what it is get yourself some CBD drops.
CBD drops.
Yeah, like good quality CBD, because CBD is the cannabinoid, but it doesn't have any psychoactive effects. And what it does is it cancels out the psychoactive effects.
What?
Yes.
What if you just want to? What if
Wow.
you just want to come down a little and not count? Like, bring the plane down a
Well,
little.
just have
Just a little.
half
Oh.
drop.
Microdose that CBD?
Yeah, yeah.
I read a book that says lemon juice. You should keep lemon juice around. No.
No, CBD
I thought it helped. a little.
cancels out bad THC effects.
Somebody said put your head against the wall and just do affirmations that you're high.
Look at this. Yo,
Yeah.
what concept told you?
That's
Listen,
not
brother,
very
get yourself some
He's like,
alkaline
don't
water,
forget
some
that you're high.
lemons.
He's
Yeah.
like, get against the wall and go, I'm not,
No,
don't forget you're high.
I've actually
Don't forget
seen
you're high.
it. It also depends on the CBD. I mean, there's a lot of junk out there at bodegas and stuff.
Because getting different stuff from comedians, like I've gotten the same effect from one comic who was giving me something, and that was the one that I was like, man, this could be something, because it was like a body high. It was like after workout, I could still be functional. My body, it felt like I was being healed. I like that.
Listen, back in the day, I had.
It's the butt. Good.
Yeah, back in the day, I ran a women's wellness group with cannabis because I used it I became a patient who got very ill. And during these meetings, I met personal trainers who came up to me and said, oh, I get high before I train.
It depends on what.
It keeps them very, I'm so focused.
depends on which
Yeah,
strain. though.
I can't do it because
You gotta
I'm
know.
gonna be sitting there like, yo, I've been listening to this weight
Yeah.
forever. I'm like, nah, I can't. Like, it
Some
just seems like I'm
people
lifting the
have
same weight.
discipline.
Like the strain I got from one comic. That was my favorite one. It's like it was the body high. Huh?
Will he be there tonight?
No, he left, and I'll tell you my other issue. We talked to this issue.
Yeah, I got you.
My it was a body high,
Yeah.
and I would take it after I worked out because I trained hard,
Yeah.
and I had injuries, and it just felt like everything just almost pain went away.
Yeah.
But I was still mentally, able to do stuff, and
Oh, yeah.
I was aware.
Yeah.
But then other highs, I'm like, I was just a zombie. I was like, I can't
Yeah.
take this in the gym.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill myself.
Right.
You know.
So it's
So,
good.
and that's where you gotta be careful.
Right,
you know?
and it's good to know who you're buying it
Yeah.
from, and I have to say that the further away from the grower you are, the shittier it is. So if you have a plug that
So what's
gets,
the fucking plug? Nobody gives up the plug though. Nobody.
right, who gets the stuff from the grow in California, it's gonna be pretty good stuff. Now, I test everything before I smoke it.
Fucking scientist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because, I mean, I have certain standards.
Yeah, as you should.
And there are testers out there, and
I find bags all the time in the Bronx.
oh,
That's how I get my way. I was like, I'll find something in the street. Sealed. These guys drop it. It's like every day. I'm like,
well, I have to tell you,
That's fucking whale drink water. You're getting donkey Tylenol. That's what you're getting out there. Fucking-
well, a lot of
Well,
the stuff
thank
in
you.
the smoke shops is just old
Yeah.
and dry.
yeah,
But like I said,
janky. It's janky, right?
yeah, it's. I mean, okay, so I live in Williamsburg, which is now totally hip and crazy, and there are these vans, and they're there for the tourists.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, we can buy weed at Tono
It's not
Park
real. I was like, that's a hustle.
next to the
You
ice
know
cream
it's New
truck.
York hustle when I see it. That's a
Those are
goddamn.
hip trucks.
Come on,
like,
yeah.
The lollipops.
Yeah.
No, they sell flour and
Oh, really?
pre-rolls.
Like some, like now they do it.
Yeah.
You knew they were trying to flip over,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's
yeah,
still
of course.
janky. It's,
Yeah.
You know?
So
Out of a truck? Come on.
Interesting.
right. So if you are very interested in the business, I've helped people expunge their possession records
Yes.
because
Those are the things I want to do.
Yeah.
I want to link with
so
both with
it's a very easy process. The district attorney's office is already expunging most possession cases. They're gone.
the addition.
And the first 200 retail applications are going to former felons.
How much do
So,
they
yes.
cost?
Well, the
Are they still charging
application,
them, or are they free? They're not
no,
free
the application fee is $2,000. I know.
yet. That's still a hustle.
Yeah.
Still a, come on. That's I
But
wanted to be
they're
able
put
to.
to the head of the line.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's
I'm here.
yeah.
you're here, but
I want to be able to be like, we can cover that. I would like to be like,
I
we
think
raised
depending on
that
how
money.
much time you did. If you did $2,000 worth of time, give me.
Yeah, I
Run
mean,
that, run that
it's
to
a
that.
very long, it's like a 35-page application.
This should be like a-
It's
like
gonna
a-
go through a review
I
board.
want a fund. Like, here, start your business.
Yeah.
Like, just let's cut
Here's
that
the
out.
big problem is real estate. Like, who can afford a commercial use?
Absolutely. Gotta get a van.
Yeah.
We're back to square one.
Right.
Check your vans.
Here's the other thing, dispensaries are opening up and are making people become members. So you pay a membership fee either for the day or for the month. And that,
At the bottom of the pandemic, I got a medical card. I went to a couple of dispensaries.
yeah.
It was like some were good, some were fine, and then some were like guys who just got out, and they were trying to be reformed. They were like, hey, brother.
I mean, that's where you're trying to.
Actually,
I
I too am a medical patient,
Yeah.
and I went to a medical dispensary, and I did get some flour. I mean, I hate to say it,
I didn't get flour. I got oil. I like the
Yeah.
oil. I like the
oils
the
tend
flowers.
to be very regulated.
They were strong. It just knocked me out. It was like a strong sleeping aid. Like my bed flipped, and then I was like, I'm out. I couldn't. I was walking around like a zombie, you know.
You can tell that you're the real deal because you call it flour and not just like bud and like regular stuff.
Well,
The actual
I
shit.
have
You're like,
flour.
yeah, you just like, yo, this sweet.
My friends from overseas call it flour. I was like, what's flour?
Well, because you're actually smoking the flower of the plant.
Right.
The rest of the plant can be used for
The bud.
build. No, the leaves and the stalks. That's stuff for building houses and tree.
Nobody
And
can
growth, right?
No, they.
The roll. Yeah. No, it was like 1,000. I read that
Yeah,
book.
but they
like,
can also
1,000 things to use.
Yeah, they
1,000
can make
things.
like concrete, like substances from hemp.
Yeah.
So there's a lot.
It's a
of
weed. It's like
Between
it's
hemp, but between that and like sugar cane, like those are like natural resources.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the American government prohibited hemp farming for a long time. So now we have to catch up and get to a point where we can substitute most fossil fuel plastics.
Can they use it for gas? Is it gas?
I was saying the same thing.
I
Stuff like that
know.
is like usually you can find
Somebody
somewhere.
can find a way.
Yeah.
Like, you just put
Yeah.
Doc Brown machine.
Probably. It
No
would be
rules.
nice, but I just like the alternative to plastic. Because like you see those stupid little plastic bags everywhere.
Wheat straws?
Oh yeah, right.
Wheat straws?
I like that.
I can drink it and
Yeah. So
Reusable.
there's so much potential now that it's legalized, and part of my sort of mission is really to get the people who they tend to be older and they're stigmatized. They've been taught that cannabis is a gateway drug and that they should only take what the doctor prescribes. And I'm telling you, when it comes to pain relief and sleeping, the look on a customer's face of relief, just that first hit of relief, like, oh my God, I'm not in pain, is worth it.
I was one of those people. I was super healthy. I was like, no, don't smoke weed because you're gonna get in trouble. And all the guys who smoke weed are dirt bags. And we were sold the wrong commercial.
There was a part of your set for a while.
What?
that whole diatribe was a part of your
Yeah. I mean, but then I was like, I want to try edibles. And like, you should just try edibles. And I tried it, and I was like, luckily, my first encounter was a positive.
Yeah.
So, you know, and beat my body, beat my pain. I was like, well, we're on board. You know, but it
Yeah,
couldn't
that
Could
moment.
work out.
Yeah, it works out.
Yeah.
If it was like my second time, I was like, oh no, hell no.
Well, that's
Passed out
the
on the
thing.
train. I was like, I'm not talking to you again. I didn't talk to that person. I was like, it's too strong.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of material out there to help you with your ongoing usage.
No. And I
But-
did my own research, and I got my what is it called? Over the pandemic, I got my certificate.
Yeah.
My cannabis college. I don't know if it's bullshit. or not,
Jimmy
but I-
Rogan
but
out
I
here,
learned
okay,
some
I
shit,
see you.
You know.
Yeah.
I'm that type of. I'm a certification holder, so
Yeah.
certification out there. I was like, I need to get it, so I
Yeah.
know about it.
Yeah, I mean,
Level 1 dog masseuse for no reason. I got weird shit.
you gotta have
I was
science.
raised by a librarian, so they were like, you gotta learn. Just learn. You don't have to go to school.
Right. But getting certified
Yeah.
is interesting because people start to trust you.
Yeah,
You're educated.
I know some level 1 stuff.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
not the
No.
lemons, not the lemons in the.
They said lemons. They said it to you. They said
Yeah,
put the
no,
lemon
no.
rinds.
Just a good, strong CBD
CBD.
will take out the highness pretty quickly, actually.
And I like testing different strains just so you can know what your body is going through.
Exactly.
You know, so you
And
can explain.
it's not just the strain, it's the terpenes in the strain.
Yeah, you hear that?
So-
Terpenes.
Which is the smell and the flavor of the flower. So some, have more lemony smell, some are more pine, and there's a whole science to all the terpenes.
Well, that's the smell of clean.
Yeah. Or that sour diesel.
The sour, I
Yeah.
love sour diesel. That's the stickers of sour diesel up there.
Well, sour diesel is,
I'm a Paul.
James.
Yes. Damn it.
sour
He knows I
diesel.
hate that. He knows I hate that. He doesn't understand.
Anyway,
What's your favorite strain, Paul?
My favorite what?
Strain.
These days, what's it called? Animal.
Oh man, you mess with the kids.
I forget. It's animal something, and it's really,
Animal crackers.
No, it's not animal crackers.
Monkeys and
My
rabbits.
go-to strain is blue tree.
Blue tree.
Yeah.
I'm old school. I love blue trees.
I mean, do you like sativas or indigos?
I prefer sativa.
Because you do it all the time, or because you do it?
I smoke every day.
Yeah. We got
And
young Snoop up
sometimes-
here.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not high all day.
I don't. Do you get high anymore, or is
Yes.
it just levels you?
Yeah.
Have you ever been in a situation like, oh shit, I haven't been here in a while?
Yes, when you stop for a couple of days.
Yeah, when you stop for a couple of days, you kind of detox. But also, I mean, I've been at some farms and grows where they grow the most extraordinary flower that's not sold anywhere. It's like a personal strain.
It's the 200 proof of weed.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like behind a gold curtain.
That's real life gas.
And it's these old hippies in Northern California that have patented their
They're now
own.
getting arrested.
That's too bad.
Are they?
Yeah,
Well, yeah, for
because you need a license to legally do it,
Yeah.
and now they're
But
really
that
busting
ain't
on the people.
license, man.
That's-
It's so
that's-
It's like a $25,000 license.
It comes from
Yeah,
the earth.
that's the problem.
And no, I'm not arguing. I'm not looking. You're talking to the wrong person.
Right.
But that's what they're doing because it's legal.
right, and the government's not getting a piece of it. That's
Right,
the
but
problem.
but also they don't want. I'm sorry. They don't want the. They only want they want everyone to get a license, basically.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
like a track.
and yeah, I mean,
I don't want the government to
Track.
target my shit, man.
That's why they stop all the illegal drugs so they can track all the seeds.
Oh,
They do that. So they can keep all the seeds to themselves, so they can track them.
no, I haven't heard that because
Yeah.
most quality cannabis now is grown from clones and
Yeah.
not seeds.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Jersey shit.
No, there, there's wait.
Like
there's-
somewhere in like the Indiana Jones secret, you know.
Yeah.
They got
Oh yeah, like
they got a
there's
special. They got Pineapple Express somewhere.
Yeah, yeah.
Or,
They have recipes and genetics where
there's
they
that old girl, we can't get
splice
this
and
out.
See, New York laws are the most messed up because
Yeah.
they pushed it through. Cuomo pushed it through to get votes and to do whatever they did. They never really legalized it. So everything
Well-
that's going on the street is illegal, even though they're not busting it. They're not like. But all
no.
these guys that are selling the stuff on the street that they're not busting
Yeah.
and saying, "Oh, I can do this now," they really can't. And the Weed World trucks, those are all, if it's real, it's
Yeah, they busted a
illegal.
lot. They busted
Yeah.
a lot. They
But a
got-
lot of it's
I just saw
Delta
that.
88, which is the CBD stuff
That's-
that's you know, and you know, it's stupid stuff like that. But people don't realize it. They don't even know.
No.
You
They just say
know,
it's weed.
I mean, you still have your street dealers. You still have you guys like, you know, you call up guys that come to your house, and they're all getting the stuff from the you know, the dispensary as well. But the stuff you see in the bodegas, and all that stuff,
You don't
it's
want to
not.
touch that.
You don't want to,
Yeah.
but a lot of people are, and that's what I'm worried is
Oh,
going to
yeah.
happen is people start, like if it's fucked up stuff like fentanyl or anything else, and people start dropping from it,
That's
it's going to change
wrong.
the whole attitude. Oh, it's a case one or whatever it is, you know, one drug that you can't do any
Is
experimentation with.
Delta 8 more chemical than?
No, it's more CBD than
No,
it's
it's
like
more
it's less THC, and people don't really know the difference unless you smoke forever.
well,
Drink
like
CBD and then I drink.
yeah.
There we go. Because then
What's the real difference between Delta 8 and Delta 9?
that I don't know.
I
But
think it's THC
It's
level.
different.
Yeah,
THC
level,
THC
right?
level.
not level, but it's like they might have the same level, but it has less. There's like no CBD, or very little CBD.
And some CBD has like just 1% of THC to sort of activate it, to give it
Hey,
start.
I have some CBDs.
That's why the
something to drink.
limit is 3% of
Yeah.
I have no idea, but all I know is that because I like a good crossfade, so you do that. That shit will just rise you up, and not only that, it doesn't last very long. You do your shit, and then you're like, oh, I'm back here again. Good night.
Good night. Yeah, and then you wake up without that hangover.
My crossfade is edibles with pre-workout. So you take off the 5
Well, I have a morning routine where I will drink espresso and
It's not the same, almost.
a nice.
How much caffeine is in?
A lot.
Espresso.
I mean, I'm half Italian. If I don't start
it's
the
hot.
day with an
It's
espresso,
about the
I
same,
can't
almost the same.
And then an espresso and a joint, like
The liquor bake, the classic.
Yeah, and I am so productive.
Do you know your milligram level? Like
No, but okay, an eighth is 3.5 grams, so it makes like maybe 5 joints. So you divide 3.5 grams.
every culture has a math. There's weed math, there's muscle head math,
Roughly 10
there's
grams.
bar math. He knows how many beers are in the bag.
So basically,
Yeah, but weed math is easy.
yeah, it is pretty. So a joint maybe has like 10 milligrams, let's say.
Mine is 100 milligrams.
Wow.
So it's of the one that I like.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Mine is till I start thinking about whether God's gonna be mad at me for this, and then I'm like, oh, this is too much. Let me sit the fuck down.
Oh, and you know what's happening now is that everyone's in the plant-based craze now, and
absolutely.
mushrooms.
Oh, now that's a trip I'm trying to take.
I didn't like Mike's.
You didn't like
Yeah, but microdosing is very big now.
Yes.
I don't like
Very
the rules. I don't like the rules that came with it. I was like, it's like growing a organic gremlin. I was like, I can't. I don't follow enough rules for this.
Well, microdosing is actually very constructive. I mean, you have to be sort of self-aware. I actually microdosed during the
Jimmy's not
pandemic.
self-aware at all.
Oh, it's very good for people's
No,
mental health.
Yeah.
It keeps some people need it to. They get stressed by a lot of stuff.
I just don't want the low doses bullshit where it's just like a kaleidoscope. I'm like, nah. If I'm doing this, I want to see some shit. Like,
Yeah,
but then again, I don't want
Yeah,
to
but
do some
you're
bad
using
shit.
it for different things.
When I
Right.
think of mushrooms, I think of who was his name? Steve Jobs. I want the Steve Jobs effect. You know, if I come out of it, I need $1 billion idea. I need to invent.
Yeah, but if that's not in there, it's not coming out.
Oh,
Well, it's in there. It's in there.
No, what I'm saying is
Yeah.
taking those things is not going to create, it's going to bring out. So
It's just
if it's not already in there, it's not
Right.
going to dig deep and pull it out. Not that you don't have it in there,
Well,
but I'm saying,
but
Try it.
there are books on like I microdosed during the pandemic because I got severely depressed, and after about 3 weeks, I came out of it. It like pushed me out of a deep depression because everyone was trapped at home. I mean, terrified of going outside. You can't go on public transportation. You were basically stuck inside, scared as shit.
and it works for a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's like religion. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
doesn't work for everybody, but for the people that it does work for, some
But-
people
but-
are saved by it, and you're
Yeah.
like, I don't get it. If you don't get it, you just don't get it. But whatever they take out of it, even Facebook. I had a friend of mine whose husband died, and Facebook was her therapy. Like every day she'd be on posting something, and everyone would be like, oh, giving her support, and she didn't fall into the depression. And it was sort of what social media is supposed to be used for, but it's just.
But now people are putting psilocybin mushrooms in joints, in blunts. So they're smoking mushrooms.
What is that?
It's
Is that
it's an extra high. I don't know.
I don't want to smoke
higher?
fungus,
Can I
Yeah.
get higher?
Well, it's going into your body in a different form. Like you're not digesting it; you're getting it through smoke in your lungs and the
I
blood.
want fungus
So
in my
it's-
lungs.
I'll smoke
That's it.
a little 420 maybe, but
Do you do edibles?
I'm edible.
Yeah, I hate edibles.
I like edibles.
Yeah, some
I kind of like the guessing game. I like that.
Well, it is a guessing
What
game.
is this gonna take?
It is a guessing game. It's how much you eat, how much
No.
it is. There's so many different factors involved that'll
Yeah.
turn you in different
Sugar in it.
directions.
I was like, let's go. It doesn't matter.
The only thing that's good is if you
Evening.
do too much of it, you fall asleep.
Yeah, and usually I just fall asleep. I usually fall asleep late at night.
Yeah,
I
and,
call
but you
it
don't wake
sleep
up the
mode.
next day with a like that
Right.
kind of hangover.
It depends on which one. Yeah, no hangover. It's no hangover, but I'm still like a zombie. Like,
Really?
it depends on whose I get it from. You know,
Ah.
like some
Yeah.
people I know, I'm not fucking with his shit.
Yeah, you wake up still high.
Yeah, for like 8 hours. I gotta go to the gym.
Yeah, but have you gone to the gym, honey?
Two times, and I was like, this is not gonna work. This is. I'm just standing here. I was like, how long am I standing here?
I told you, it slows down the
But
time.
the one that-
And you're sitting there, I'm like, yo, this is the
Yeah.
longest rep I've ever
You get
done.
paranoid. It's like,
I'm like,
take
I'm
notes.
bit
But then once you get the blood going again, you get high again. You know?
Yes. And then,
Well, I
Sorry.
Thank you, Paul.
pre-pandemic, there are a
See me-
couple of yoga
See me before you
classes.
leave. I'm
Yes.
sorry.
Huh?
See me before you leave.
Okay.
There are a couple of yoga classes happening where people smoke first and then do an hour and a half of yoga.
They
And
think
it-
an hour.
No, actually,
No,
yeah, that makes
I've
But that's
sense.
how
done it.
That makes
It
sense,
is-
yeah.
I've
Yoga
never.
you can do.
Yeah,
Meditating,
yeah,
I
because
like.
you can just zone out and just be like,
No, but it's like we all get high, then we do an hour and a half of yoga, which is
That's
hard.
pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that
then,
sounds
oh my God, the first time I did it, I was like, oh my God, this is it's a miracle.
my body is a rubber band. Just
Yeah, you just feel so relaxed and mindful.
I want to. How? My biggest problem, a problem, is trying to find can of butter.
Oh, I make it.
Yeah, you do.
You can't make- I know a lot of people.
Yeah, everybody does
Yeah,
that.
I know-
Everybody's like, I know a guy.
I know a
who knows
lot of
guy.
whites who
No,
make can of
I
butter.
actually invested in one of the machines because
I got one of the machines, but then you need a plug, and then it's like a whole thing.
I thought, originally I was like,
I
yo,
want
you
to start. I want to
put
start.
them.
Somebody has to start a can of butter business.
Oh,
there's
a
tons.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can't find a one.
You live in the hood, just find some random
Everyone's-
chicks. They all the women are baking now, and they all make.
Everyone's
they all make
baking.
can of
Everyone's,
butter.
yeah. And
I used to think it was just you put the weed in the butter. You heat it up.
no.
No, it's a process.
I was like, that
And
sounds
Yeah, you know what?
easy.
She's
Right.
like, no.
No, and the machines just speeds it up.
Yeah.
So
I bought
normally,
the machine.
yeah. So I bought the machine too, and in 90 minutes you've got canned butter. And I use about an ounce of flour.
Regular butter, but you
And
gotta
brown
have the weed.
butter.
And
Well, you gotta
then
decarb.
decarb.
You
Ah!
gotta decarb the flour.
Decarboxylate or decarbox.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that means like just toast it,
Toast it a
so
little
it gets
bit.
yeah.
Cook it.
And then I used to manually cook it for like 2 days, but now with the machine you cook it for 90
90
minutes.
minutes. We're gonna use this machine eventually.
Oh, it's
But-
great.
Yeah.
It really is. You
But
can do
everybody's
it.
like, yeah, I can do it. I don't see. I got a trust issue. I don't like getting weed from depressed people. You know, I don't like eating food from depressed people.
Right.
And I don't eat out because I was like, I need to know the cook.
Right.
I worked in restaurants, and behind
Yeah.
the food are like sad people.
Or
You know?
angry.
Angry people. I don't want angry people making my food. I don't want
Yeah,
angry
and
people.
I took a food protection course.
Yeah.
It's a week-long course.
Yeah.
And the teacher said after this course you're never gonna want to eat in a restaurant
Absolutely.
again. And
You work in a restaurant, but you go
Yeah.
all these dating apps. Girl, I want to go out to eat. Well, swipe left because
Yeah.
I don't like eating out anymore. I was like, I need.
No.
I like cooking my food to music and singing
you
over my
don't
food.
know if refrigeration's gonna
Absolutely being positive. I like positive.
Yeah.
As positive as possible.
But the
So,
machine's great to infuse honey.
yes, you make a
So-
bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
That's why I want to make it myself.
Yeah. So you need a good
See, yeah, that's the key. I mean, I've been in a lot of kitchens. So I in a lot of restaurants. So I know the. I exterminate
At your
Shout out to
I
exterminate.
was like, how is he so comfortable here? I was like, how did he let this big black guy just walk around?
Yeah. I'm just crawling through stuff.
I was like, that's cool as shit.
Yeah, making sure everybody's up to par. There's no
Yeah.
infractions
You're the guy.
and whatnot.
Yeah. That's
So I keep an eye out. I can pretty much tell, be like, oh, this is not a good restaurant to go to. No, this is gross.
Yeah.
Tell.
Yeah.
It's gross.
I know the
If
signs.
nobody's in it,
Yeah,
then
that's a flag.
Yeah.
That's a flag.
Yeah, if the people eat there, that's always a good sign. But sometimes that doesn't even matter. It's just like, yo, you see that big box over there? Yeah, nah, we're gonna leave.
Yeah.
We're gonna leave.
Like most of the mom and pop restaurants I won't go to.
I mean,
Yeah.
Unless they have like a king crab maybe or.
it depends. It really depends. Most of the time, it's just like how old
But
is
I
the
don't
place?
know.
And the
Yeah.
storage too.
Yeah, yeah.
Do they keep things cold? And
Yeah.
do they
And you got
keep
you,
cooking
you have to
hot?
come to you have to accept that New York is just filthy.
Yeah.
That's true.
You know, there's a level of
Yeah.
you just gotta accept it. It is.
Well,
New York.
I'd say
you know?
like the one thing that surprised me is like out of fast food, like Shake Shacks are amazing.
Really.
Yeah.
Amazing. They go
Yeah.
so far to like keep everything
Yeah.
clean and like
Don't
they
eat-
test
eat
the water
hamburgers out of New York.
daily. Like
No.
they'll go in and test
They're-
the water, and I'm like,
Yeah.
you guys test the
Big shout out to Shake
the
Shack.
sink, the sink
And that
water.
shit's
Oh my
good.
god, and they're good. So yeah,
Yeah.
they.
I did have burgers. I don't eat burgers. I cut down a lot of meat that I don't eat.
I make my own.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll
Barely chicken.
You know, I don't know about weed butter, but you want to talk about putting some ground beef together. 90%
Some wheat burgers?
Yeah, you know.
Some wheat burgers?
Throw it on there,
There,
you know.
so when you get involved in the community, there are events, right? So there
I
are,
plan to go to the 420 Expo.
oh, the big one at Javits?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
No.
not the big one. That's just the one. that's-
no, there's one every year at
At
Javits,
Javits.
which is
I'm not on
amazing.
that level yet.
Um,
I want to be Jimmy Peoples. Like, oh, Jimmy Peoples is here. Before I go there.
well, there's.
Give
like
them all
these
this
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, I want to be the give him this shit guy. We'll talk about
At a
it.
lot of these events, there'll be vendors there, so I don't want to be racist, but
Be racist. We were.
Be racist.
white people
Be
with
racist.
money go to these events because they know they're reputable vendors. So if they want to buy an ounce of flour, they know they're not going to get it. They might be paying a little more,
They don't care.
but if they don't care,
It's for quality. It's the Gucci of weeds.
We got to do the podcast. We got to do this podcast.
The Louis Vuitton. I only smoked the Cadillac of weeds.
listen, you've got people like Seth Rogen
Of course.
who have
All
their
the
own.
celebrities. All the celebrities.
They have their own.
Mike Tyson, you know.
Oh, and did you hear this one? $40,000 worth of weed a
Yeah.
I
month.
believe it.
A month.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
his level.
yeah.
That's his level. That's a
I
level.
mean, when you have all that stuff going on, all that drama and all that, like, I think his turnaround is like the coolest thing ever. I like
Yeah.
just to watch him be a regular person and not have to be
Mike Tyson.
Iron Mike. Like it's two different.
Suppressing.
It's like he's like the real
Suppressing.
he's the real Bruce Banner. Like he's a real.
He's like, oh, that's a monster.
And yeah, I can.
For me to be this
I can relate to that man.
Well, Ice-T is going to be opening up a dispensary in Jersey
It's
City.
going to be called IFTs.
I wanted one for every. I wanted one for. I told comics. I was like, you guys should. Every comic should have their own brand. Mine, I just wanted
And be associated with the right brand.
the right brand.
And, yeah.
Like each comic, we all talk about something. All these guys.
First you got to get them to admit that they partake.
Oh, there's a group that they don't have no problem.
I like that. I thought that it was cool.
It's the prudes like me. They're like,
When Nick Kressel put out his special, he had like writers.
yeah.
That was dope. And then I think Chanel Ali had something like that too. She had like
There's a few comics who
they have like cool merch, and I was like, oh, that's so fucking smart.
Yeah.
It's usable. It's something
Yeah.
like you'll keep around.
I just want to market the fitness edible
Oh, yeah.
sector.
Yeah.
That's all I want. You got do
There's
this.
a lot of potential.
Yeah.
Is that a thing yet? Because you could really corner the market on that.
I want Kelly with that.
Yeah.
Cool sound.
Okay, I once went to an event where business entrepreneurs pitched business ideas. So this guy pitched his cannabis diet product, which diet. Wait,
diet. You're not.
he said you take a sativa in the morning, work out for an hour, and then you take an indica at night to get a good night's sleep. He said he lost 90 pounds.
I don't like particular
No.
diets.
He
Like
said-
like a certain like if you do
said it was a
force.
particular strain that
Yeah.
you didn't get the munchies,
Yeah.
but you were motivated to
Motivates
work out.
Absolutely. It
And then
exists.
at night, to make sure you got enough sleep, you took an indica so you
Calm
could,
down.
yeah.
So like a light up or down.
Right. And it was his brand of cannabis, and
It's gonna come.
he's like,
I
I
want
lost
the
all this
one-
weight on it.
I want the one that's the opposite of what pre-workout. You know, the old pre-workouts when you used to get the tingly feeling because
Oh
it's
yeah,
your liver.
get that C4.
Yeah, you'd be like, ready to go. But I want that.
My face itches.
Yeah, it's like, what is happening? Hulk is happening. That's how you know it was working.
That's
It was
exactly
like, no,
it.
your liver is fucking eating that shit up.
No, what's
But-
nice is when you're sore and in pain, and you take CBD,
Yes.
which you're not even gonna get high,
You're
but
not
the
gonna
pain just goes away.
I like that. Man, if you put this body high I had, I was like, I don't like this. It was like everybody needs to feel this after they work out. It felt like it was just massaging the insides of my muscles.
That's a good
It was like
time.
my weight. I was like, where did we get this from? And it was like, I don't know the guy. I was like, oh,
Damn, there it goes.
fuck.
It's the McRib of edibles.
Yeah.
It's here and it's going. You never know when it's gonna come back.
That was my because there was no marketing. There was no rapper or anything. No.
No, but now people are labeling stuff.
Yeah, I was like, can
and
Walmart
measuring.
get on this?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I have a gift for you. So now that I know you like edibles.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Every
This
show.
is the beginning. It starts right here.
That's
It starts
what? That's all we get her name out there. Is you queen.
Yeah, I mean, it's important. I like getting people high, and I
That's
like,
cool.
yeah, and I like that look of relief that has never been felt before. You know, like, oh, this is a different kind of painkiller. Like, I'm not, oblivious, and I don't know what day it is. It's like I just don't have any pain.
You remind me of my mom. Like I hate to say it, because my mom was that she even though she had mental issues, but she was fucking smart. Like the things that she taught me between her episodes were like I look back on like, oh, you knew what the fuck you were doing. Like she was trying to heal herself, and she was like smoking weed.
Oh, yeah.
Going through when you have mental illness, you try to solve it. You try to fix it. You try to educate yourself. And she wasn't a stupid person. She was,
Well, I have a teenage daughter who came home like she was diagnosed with ADHD.
yeah.
As a lot of women recently have been diagnosed. And she said she got high with her friends at school. And for some reason, she doesn't know what strain it was or whatever. She wasn't as meticulous as I am. But she said she was able to focus and sit still.
Right.
And she got through classes, like she got through the whole school day, sitting still and listening to the teacher.
So one of the things I read was like the plant will find you. Like,
Yeah,
right plant
like-
finds.
And I'm like, she's been prescribed all this ADHD medicine when she doesn't need it.
And I know people are against it. It was like
Yeah.
when COVID was happening, I was like, no, we need the natural shit. And let's if they would have came, I don't want to go into the whole COVID, but if they would have came and said, hey, there's a natural thing, and then this is other shit that we had that you could try, and gave a choice, I would have been like, all right, I'm on board. But then I was like, nah, they ain't no natural.
I mean, I saw when they started doing stuff in Colorado, and it was like curing people's epilepsy.
Yes.
Yeah, because of
nuts.
RSO. So
Yeah.
Rick Simpson oil is
Rick Simpson.
right. So it's a very heavy-duty concentrated oil, and it shrinks tumors. I mean,
That's
people
nuts.
go to Colorado just
He passed, right?
Rick.
The guy-
No,
Is he still alive?
yeah.
He should be trying to kill them all.
No, really. They were trying to
Passed,
They
right?
got Dr. Sebi, they got
Well, they did get
They
Dr.
have-
Sebi. That's true. That's
yeah. So
He's like, I can cure anything. I was like, anything? Oh.
anything.
people
Cure
are
this
going to
bullet.
Colorado
Yeah.
to get treatment
Absolutely.
for their kids who
I
have
saw that
epilepsy.
documentary.
Oh, Meet the People. That's
I watched it all.
Really?
that movie will inspire everyone to go into the cannabis. They're like, I want to help
Yeah.
people. Like
Yeah. It was
that's
like, what's my lane? What can I do? How can I help?
right. And the woman was like, I was sick and I couldn't go to anyone, so I
The
did it
sad story.
myself.
This is so sad.
She's like, my husband and I just grew our own weed and figured out how to cook it and make Simpson oil. And now she sells it to people with cancer. Yeah.
I see a lot of older people smoking now. They're like, I'm getting older. I think I'm gonna get into weed. And I'm like, oh, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
Right.
You were the same mother.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But I mean, better late than never. You know,
I say
better,
so.
you know, I was late too, but it was the representation was wrong.
And it's the stigma.
You know? Yeah, the stigma.
Because
Oh, you're gonna be on the corner selling weed. You know, it's like,
but we,
man.
yeah, like it's
I
not
wish
like
me and my boys were in the kitchen just baking cookies. We could have been baking cookies. We had a product, making gummies. We could have been, y'all out here
Hardest
shooting
bakers on the.
We could have. We sold it wrong. I had the biggest yard on the block. We could have been.
This
Yeah.
my man snap, crackle, this is pop. You know,
Yeah.
that's the thing. Home growing is going to be really
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
you could have called your gang the Keeblers. Keebler gang, what's up?
They just sold it wrong. It was, oh man, because I sold six. I don't say 6 grams, 6 nugs, I guess.
Yeah.
And that was it. I was over it. I was over it. Someone in school and some guy stole half the money. What are they going out of here? I was like, I don't.
And weed is,
I'm not about to be a drug
weed
dealer.
is so much better today than it used to be.
It's not even a drug. It's a plant.
I mean, I so.
Wish I would have known better.
Man,
My mother gave me a jar of seeds. She was like,
Oh.
I was like, this is bullshit. But thinking back now, I'm like,
Oh my God! You
threw it in
I'm
the
like-
yard. When you threw it in the yard,
I was like,
weed
no, they
stalk.
were probably the magic fucking green stalk seeds. But I was a kid. I was like, I'm gonna go to jail, Mom. What do you want? She was like, I wish you would have gotten the weed just a little. I wish you weren't such a good kid. I'm like, what kind of mother are you?
I was into weed in high school,
Yeah, I didn't know.
but I got good grades and I got into college. I mean, it doesn't. Just because you smoke weed doesn't mean you're a fucking.
I mean, I know that.
Was not into weed in high school and did not get good grades, so don't let that
Exactly.
stereotype.
Yeah.
I had sugar grades.
Yeah.
So I wasn't,
Did not smoke
I tried to do too
sugar
much.
grades. That was because I think I don't know. I've been watching a lot of stuff, and you mentioned your daughter having ADHD.
Yeah.
I think I might be in that lane too. I see a lot of people like, that time when you have ADHD and this, but I'm like, oh, that's me you're talking about.
A lot of us have it, but we go
Yeah.
undiagnosed.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Kanye West, come
You
on.
were just lazy, that's all. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh damn, I guess I was
No.
lazy.
Boy just bumped his
Yeah,
head.
That boy lazy. That boy foolish.
Yeah.
No, they say things like, "Did you forget to eat today?" And I'm
Yeah.
like, "That." No, I'm like, "Yeah, I
Oh,
did."
no.
Oh, that means you have ADHD.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't even remember to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
that's yeah.
We got issues.
Relatable.
Yeah.
Relatable. I
In the
forgot.
barbershop, excuse it away.
Someone was talking about they were like talking to people and then continuing to change subjects and have like 6 different conversations going at the same time.
Yeah.
And how that's not like an average thing. And I was like, oh, that's a symptom of something. I
Yeah.
just thought me and my friends talk different. I don't know. I guess that's all of us. It was funny because one of my best friends, my friend Najee, we just be able to talk and have like 6 different conversations going, and anyone else around us would be like, I have no idea what you guys are talking about, and he'd be like, yeah, we just run at a different speed. It's like talking to the Flash. I was like, yes, that's exactly what it's like. It's like talking about several different things, all interconnected, but in a very small, tethered way. And then I looked it up, and they were like, "Yo, no, that's a symptom of something, my guy." I was like, "Oh."
Yeah. We go to therapy. You know
Yeah.
therapist?
Oh yeah. Now I
You do?
way later.
I'm still.
We all need it.
Yeah.
We all needed
Yeah.
something.
No.
We all need it.
Yeah, no.
Well, I have struggled with depression for years, and I had to tell my therapist that I might dose for pandemic because I was like, I gotta get out of this depression. This is like
I
immobilizing.
just because, and I related to moving to the Bronx. I've never been this depressed before. Like I'm drinking the tap water. I was like, no, there's something in this water. It's weird.
You know what I really think there's something in the water? Newark.
Yeah,
I moved out to Newark when I was like 13 with my family, and it was such a culture shock. Just that I heard a grown woman say the word Paschetti on the bus, and I was like, we gotta get a water filter. Something's not right. It was all on the bus. There was another dude talking about his counterfeit $10 scheme out loud, and I was like,
I did the water test to my plants. Like I gave some of them tap water and some like herbal water, and you could tell because some plants just wither. They just wither. And I was like, there's something in this water that's making it depressed. You know, I did the same thing to it.
but also the way the Bronx is like
it comes
planned
from
out.
It comes from 150 miles away. That's where the water comes from. And I was like, that much stress in the water. You know, it affects the people.
Well, like I said, also the way it's mapped out is kind of hectic. Like the way the Bronx is like configured, it's like a way that people are kind of just on top of each other, and it's like I feel like it creates
Stress.
Yeah.
It's
My friend did
I didn't like leaving the house. I was like, what am I gonna see?
Yeah. My friend who lived in the Bronx, but I don't know if this is the same statistic, but he did like this study in college where he found out like the Bronx has the most people with mental illness like per square mile than any other burg. I was like, oh shit, that makes so much sense. Yeah. I was like, yo, that makes a wild sense, bro. Like
I watch the Citizen now every 2 minutes. Somebody stabbed, shot, fight 200 feet away.
Lizard on the corner. Like, yo, whose lizard is that? Get that lizard. What?
Or the turkeys on Staten Island that attack people.
That's what. See, I don't understand that. I beat up a bird. I don't understand why people are so afraid. I'd put hands on a bird. They run away. I'd fight a bird.
No, they're big.
Yeah, no, I definitely fight a turkey. I fight a turkey, barehanded. First of all, you can eat them.
There's no way.
There's so many of them. I'm snapping necks. Their necks are so loose.
but
They're
they're
loose.
so
They're
big.
birds.
They're aggressive.
They're very aggressive.
I got chased by one in Jersey.
Did you run?
Yeah.
The minute a bird chases me, and not like a fly, not like a hawk, like that, you have to.
Because early in the morning, I didn't know what it was. I was like, no. He was like, it's the sound that gets you.
Yeah.
It's not the bird. It's like, oh, he tried to pump me.
No. The first time a turkey or a goose, when they the first time a goose chases me, I'm kicking it something, because they're not endangered.
The
I don't
goose
care.
is deep. Get away from my kids.
I'm fucking up a large bird. I don't. As long as they don't gouge out your eyes, bro. I'll take. That I'm running. You got it, because they'll be at the.
We gotta wrap this up.
Yeah.
Give me my last thought. Tell me where they can find you.
Oh.
Hey, what's going on? What you got going on?
Well, I'm doing a lot of work with the Canadivas.
Oh shit.
So the Canadiva, CANNADIVA. We actually are doing a networking event tonight, and it's completed so well. So.
Better luck next time. Get your tickets. Clearly, it's sold out.
I mean, I guess people are really ready to get back together in groups again because.
Oh yeah, they're partying.
Yeah.
I'm seeing one of them.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, you
Let's
guys
get
are
him flagrant.
just- You guys are out of control, man.
So I do work with Canadiva, and Women Grow is another great organization, and WOCC, WOCC, Women of Color in Cannabis. Yeah. And I'm on Instagram and Facebook, and if you have any questions.
What's your IG?
What?
What's your IG?
Karma 30SS. PARMA 30SS.
I got you.
Yeah.
Cool. Shane, where can they find you? What you got going
Socials.
on?
I'm gonna be here tonight.
Yeah, you're here tonight.
I got this show, Comedy Bard at the Shakespeare. Come through next Friday.
Is that monthly, weekly?
We're doing like monthly.
Yeah.
So trying to do like the mid Friday of every month. Last one was great. You were there.
Hell yeah.
You're on this one.
I'm on
It's
this
coming
one,
up.
16?
Yeah. So the 16 come out. It's at 9 to like 11. You know, we're gonna have a little.
Do you have a podcast yet? Are you podcasting?
No, not yet, man. I'm trying to. I've thought of some things.
Just get a podcast.
Yeah.
Get a thing.
Yeah, I got
Yeah,
one.
Yeah.
Canada Davis book.
Canada TV's your thing, yeah.
But if I'm doing IG Shane Art Comedy, ShaneArt Comedy, it's pretty self-explanatory. On all the things, like on TikTok and on IG, I will say I'm trying to make, before I die, mushrooms, then DMT.
That's it? That's where we're going?
Yeah.
Hold you to that.
And I'm trying to make that leap one day.
Yes.
Quantum leap.
That's another episode of People's Mic. Thank you for checking us out. We're here every Friday, 3 p.m. The Bitter End. We're here tonight, midnight, the Jimmy People Show. And then we got my monthly hours at the end of the month is September 30th. It's the Mighty Jim. So we're talking about my favorite songs. Some of my favorite songs of my childhood. And that's the episode. See you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye. Next week. Bye.
Yeah.